Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Who's Who Backstage. This is actually our second edition. I am really excited about this because, why am I excited? Oh, I'm excited because I told you guys last time that we had a time getting this up, right? So now I'm excited because now we have the opportunity to do it another way. So let's backtrack and let's talk about how we got here. So inside of our private group, which is the Backstage Pass group, my team will be posting the link to the group here. Inside of that group, we have amazing entrepreneurs that we've been able to connect with, and we wanted to showcase them to each other. Well, as you guys know, Facebook was having a time and we could not share it. We could not share the link. Hold on, Christian. I'm gonna have to start this. Why is it not letting me? Child, I gotta start it over. Give me 1 second. Oh, I may not. I think you got it. Okay, hey y'all. I thought I had to start it over, y'all. Look, this is technical difficulties. We thought that we wanted to be able to showcase entrepreneurs who are in our community, who are doing amazing things, who have been a great support to who we are and what we do. And so that's why we're here. I am excited to introduce a man of God that I met a couple years ago. I have been able to just watch his growth. I've been able to, and he's been able to watch my growth. Let's keep it real. But from the beginning, it's always been a love for God and his people and who he's called us to be. So I'm really excited to bring him up to share with you guys this amazing, amazing young man, Mr. Christian Lance. Let me go ahead and put Lance Chambliss of Precision Talent Management. How are you, Christian?
I am good in yourself. I'm excited to be here.
I am
Thank you
so
for
excited.
having me.
Absolutely. So
Excited.
I'm going to tell people just a little bit of how we met.
Okay.
So as you know, as most of you know, I produce an event called Pour, which is a live worship experience. And so my first year in the event, Christian was a part of the team that helped me produce the event. He was my right hand. Christian was the one that I called and told her every day that I was quitting and I didn't want to do it. Um, Christian was the one that was like, it's gonna be all right. You got this. Christian was the one that was like, listen, just chill. We got this. This is what I need from you. You do what I need you to do, and I got everything else.
hmm
And so I'm excited. First of all, I just want to thank you because with the work that you helped me do the first year, we were able to execute an amazing second year, and
hmm
hopefully an amazing third year and beyond.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
That's the first thing. Second thing I want to do is just introduce you because you have a lot of gifts. You got a lot of things going on. So I would love for you to take a moment to introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Christian Chambliss. I am originally born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, where I grew up as a I don't want to, I guess I can say preacher's kid, but my granddad, was the bishop in Church of God in Christ. So I pretty much grew up in church all my life. And from there, I pretty much decided to, um, I did a lot of chorus, I did a lot of band in my younger days. And then when I decided to graduate from high school, I went and studied music education and business administration.
Mm.
And so that's where a lot of my gifts, fall into place now. So currently I do have my own, company called Precision Talent Management. And I also have a community choir, here in Tampa.
Awesome. Awesome. So let's talk about I first met you um, through your work with your community choir. So
Yes.
talk about that. What is it? What's the name?
So,
If y'all knew, let's because
so
let
yeah,
me
so
say this because back in the day, with me growing up, community choirs were big. So it's
yes,
not something that you see or hear um
yes,
a lot these days.
absolutely. You don't hear 'em much anymore.
Right, right. So let's talk about that. What's the name of it? How did you get started with it?
Yes. So the name of the choir is Levitical Worshipers, and I actually started the choir January of 2015. Actually, February of 2015. And I was about 22, 23 years old. So I was young, leading a bunch of other people around my age, some older, some even younger. And from there, I believe I had the community choir for about 3.5 years.
Mm,
Um, and us being young and we were just on fire for God, we were literally just, people rip and run the streets going to the club. Well, we was ripping and running the streets going to church.
I know that.
And we were driving from, I'll never forget a time we went to Tallahassee, Jacksonville for a morning rehearsal on a weekend, then drove to Tallahassee for a concert, then drove back to Jacksonville to pick up all of our cars and then come back to Tampa. And we
Oh,
didn't get home till 5 a.m. in the morning. So it was just a bunch of young people that were dedicated on fire for God. But then, being young, going through life, things happen. I needed to take a break and go through a healing process,
hmm,
before I started back up again. And I went through that from 2018 all the way up until January of 2023. And that's when I revamped the choir from there. And from there it's been going good. It's a totally different choir. The vision of course is the same, but just a different mindset. 23 to 32, it's a big difference. you know
yeah.
so
So let's talk about that a little bit. What made you get to a place for yourself, and not necessarily a situation, but in yourself, to say, you know what, I need to pull back for a minute and
mhm.
and regroup.
I think I just got tired of my life just like being up and down. I think more so ministry, it really wasn't ministry for me at that time. It just almost became, just like a hobby, something fun to do.
Right,
And a
right,
lot of times we can stand on stages and sing and God not be there. I mean, he will still allow us because our gifts come without repentance. So we can still do all of the things. And that's really what it was back then. I really believe I was just doing the things, and just really didn't have a committed relationship with God. And because of that, my life reflected that. Things were
mm,
happening. I'll never forget. I went through two car repos. I went through a eviction. And here in Florida, those are just, once you got an eviction, it's a whole nother process to get an
it's a
apartment. So
whole nother process.
yeah, that
Yes,
took me 7 years to where I was, going from house to house, just literally trying to survive, and still wasn't in my right mind.
right.
Even through that, I was just young and just trying to make it. So it really clicked once I took that break around 2018, to where I just had to sit down and come up with a plan. Like, okay, Christian, what are you going to do to get out of this? And that's what I did, and it took me from about 5 years.
I love that. I love the
5 years.
fact most entrepreneurs don't think that sometimes they have to pull back based off of what they see and
Mhm.
reevaluate.
Absolutely.
And no, but here's what I love is that you didn't stop. You went back.
Yep.
You went back.
Absolutely.
And so what's the choir doing now? And then we'll transition into the second half of what you're called to do in this season.
Yes. So
What do you
right
got?
now, huh? Oh, so right now the choir, I don't want to say we're necessarily laying low, but we are pretty much working on a live recording for 2026. So God has given me about 5 songs, and I've actually, through my other business, had the opportunity to work with other artists where they've actually been looking to write 4 choirs. And so we're actually just kind of connecting. And sometimes during the day, while I'm here working, they'll call me and they'll hear a song or they'll just want to start singing. And we're just collaborating. And I'm really spending this next, like 6 to 8 months just, in silence and in prayer and just focused on, the recording because that's going to be it's a lot to do a recording, and so I want to make sure that everything that we do is from God, and everything that we present is from Him, and not us. So,
I love that.
mhm.
Well, congratulations. I'm
Thank you.
excited for that. Um, I haven't been able to make a live experience, but I have watched every
Yeah.
recording possible known to man, everything you post. And it's just been amazing to watch the gift that is you in that space.
Hmm.
Um, I grew up with directors and in the church, and so I know what it's supposed to look like. And so with
Yep.
that, it's just been amazing for you to be in your youth still
Yes.
being able to house and bring forth the sound and the voices and the spirit and the anointing that collaborative amount the collaborative group of people have has been amazing. So
Hmm.
we will continue to share
Yes.
as you guys are doing things so that we can support, and we will make sure I'm as
Yeah.
soon as you get the date, okay. And I'm talking about before you announce it to everybody, give me the date so I can
Oh, I
lock
got
it.
the date, so I'll send it to you.
I'm
I
gonna
got
lock
the
it
date
off. So
locked.
when I'm telling you blocking off every book I got, okay,
I
because I
got you.
will be there. All right.
I got you. Hmm.
So that transitions over to you are the founder, CEO of Precision Talent Management.
Yes.
So with what you're doing with the choir and artists, how did you get there? And what is Precision Talent Management?
So I've always been into. I used to have a company called CLC Music Services where I did a lot of BGV work. And I've always been into the administration business as well. So I've always loved just doing bookings for artists or kind of things that I did with poor. I just have a very strong passion for administration. And so
Right.
it was actually this year in March when I was actually on tour with Darius, and we were in New York, and some of the things that I was doing with him, I was just like, this is really what I've been desiring to do. I just never knew how
Wow.
to get there and that and kind of just navigate through it. And it was right then and there that he began to show me like all of the different things. And that's when I prayed about it. And within a week, I ended up changing the name because I believe that I had precision administration.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I ended up changing it to talent because I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just singers. I cater to musicians. I still do administration for pastors and things like with my church and different things. So I didn't want it to be strictly for, singers. I also work with Ryan Copeland. He's a musician and he does things in secular and the church. So I wanted to kind of to be open. And so that's really kind of how I got there. And so from there, I just really started studying. I have books on business administration, the music business, like a ton of books that I just literally read and just study. And even as I go through learning the things that I'm learning on my job, I just take all of those tools and it just apply it to my business. And it's a great opportunity like I said, back in January, was when everything kind of my whole life shifted with work. And so, me working for myself, um, really kind of gave me that opportunity to really just study and do everything I wanted to do. So I've literally just been, that's literally how it started, honestly.
I love that. Sometimes life, it looks like it's gonna be a whole storm, and it may be a little rain,
Little
but you
rain.
gotta keep driving. My father was talking about this the other day, like keep driving through. Like don't when the storm hit,
Mm-hmm.
don't pull over to the side.
Right.
Okay, drive through because
Drive
on
through
the
it.
other side,
Yep.
listen. And I love the fact that you did not, you know, you did what you needed to do. So
Yep.
let's talk about that. What type of services do you offer the talent that you serve?
Yes, so we do event planning, project management, business administration, and talent management. So those are the four main things that we do. And again, a lot of the business administration can come with working with pastors or literally just handling bookings. A lot of
Mm.
the talent management comes with, like I have a few clients now that are just getting started, so they're working on music. And so from there, we're working on timelines to be able to pitch to radio stations and other bookings for major events. So those are the different things that we offer. Um, so yeah, that's and it's so much fun and easy, and I love it.
Fun and easy, and I
I
love it, and I
just
love
love
that transition. And I will tell you that it kind of happened the same way for me. That when God shifts you into something that you weren't expecting, and then
it.
it
Hmm.
comes naturally, pretty much to you, and
Yeah,
you realize, like, wait, I'm better at
imagine.
this than I was the stuff I thought I was doing, right?
Exactly.
Or I'm just as good or even better. So I love that. When we look at the talent, I'm going to go ahead and put your website down here as
Mhm.
well. Um, is there, I know that it's a lot of, is there, so you work with secular and faith based, or is it just faith
So
based?
so right now it's mainly faith based. Until I learn the secular side, I don't have a problem with learning that. I've actually had people hit me up that were in the secular side, but until I really learned that industry, decided to hold off. But eventually, it will be in the secular side.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And when we look at, um, so let's talk about
Mhm.
um event planning. What does that look like from the perspective of what you do for people?
So event planning mainly comes. So let me think of an event I did. It's really honestly, I guess you can say planning and project management. It almost goes hand in hand with what I'm doing. Sometimes on the event planning side, I have specific assignments that I'm in charge of.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the music, whether it's just maybe music and fine arts, and I'll deal with that, and I still meet with the teams or whatever. I still do that part, and then the project management side, I'm literally overseeing. So, for example, with Darius Washington's album release. That was more of a project management to where just kind of overseeing everything. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So event planning is more specific things that people are wanting me to do for their event.
And I love that because what it shows is that you can come in and help curate a project, or you can come in and help support a project.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, I love
Yep.
that.
And it's
I love that.
different hats,
Yeah.
and not everyone can do it. It's not for everyone, but you have to learn to be able to submit to whoever the leader is, and that's running that particular event. So.
I definitely understand that
Yeah.
word. Submit to whom is the lead.
And it can be hard because your mind goes there like, oh, I know what to do, but you
And we
got to
can do
get.
it this way, and we can do it this way, and we can do
Yeah.
it that way. And that even from a PR standpoint, we even have to do that with our clients. Like,
Mhm.
they see the vision of their next in a certain way, and I'm up there like, yeah, the brand ain't ready for that.
Right.
Let's get down
Right.
here and let's kind of restructure this brand. And
Hmm.
that's why I always tell people that it works hand in hand. Like, people assume that as a PR person, I do talent. That's not what I do. So
Gotcha.
people need managers. Like, I'm
Hmm.
not manager that do that. That's not what
Yep.
I do. Right. So
Yep.
and that was something coming new into the field that I had to learn, because at first I was like, oh, I need to be doing this and doing like what a manager would do. And I realized
Mhm.
that's not the scope of what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So understanding the need for a team too, and what that looks like, and you being able to show them the different aspects of what is needed is amazing.
Hmm.
So as we continue to we're about to close out.
Hmm.
First of all, I want to thank everybody. We had some technical difficulties out. Y'all gonna hear on the replay. I was like, man, we gotta start over. I was about to be mad, but I pushed through. It still was some issues that we're having, but I'm going to make sure that those are corrected once we get off of here. But I definitely did not want to escape the opportunity to talk to this amazing man. Let me tell y'all, let me go ahead and give y'all the rundown. Okay. Did you say, "Oh Lord"?
Yes.
Baby, I would. It's interesting to meet someone who you don't know that sees your vision, who takes your vision and helps you run with the vision
Hmm.
completely, right? And then I'm like, well, tell me what to do. What I'm doing is, ah! And I can get a little antsy, y'all. Don't. I probably was one on the top, one of them ones. Okay. I'm sorry, I owe you another dinner or something. Okay. So, but to be able to take that and to execute. And so in this space, the anointing that you have and the gift that you have is so special because you help people bring visions to life.
Mhm.
Right. And when a person is sitting back at their experience, watching the crowd and watching their experience comes to life, it is a feeling like no other. And to know that you have people to support you
Mhm.
that really cared about the vision as much as you cared about your vision, that
Mhm.
that can come in and really adopt your vision like it's theirs.
Mhm.
It's a
Absolutely.
beautiful thing. And so I think in that space is very hard to do. Like you said, everybody cannot do that.
Yep.
And so the gift that is you is so amazing. And I want to honor that and actually share and just let you know that I'm so proud of the gift that is you. And I'm proud of the man that you have become in redefining this gift in the last couple years, right? And you're now seeing the reward of
Yes.
that submission,
Mhm.
not only to God and what he's called you to do, but to the gift that he has called you into. Because we can submit to him and not submit to what he's called us to. And so I am so
Oh,
proud that you are submitting to the call that is where you are now. And me being able to see it from different aspects has been beautiful to watch. And so I just want to say, you have the KWI Collective and
yeah.
Keandra Ward. And if I need to be auntie, cousin, sister,
Right.
whoever, you have our support
I
along the
appreciate
way
that.
as you grow, because I really am excited just about the things that you are doing. So I'm going to show a couple of I'm going to put the banners up of some of the things that you have going on in the
Yes.
next couple of weeks or so. So I want you guys, oh, let me do this. Let me hide these so that you guys can see it. So we have the first opportunity, June 20th. Oh, that's coming up. We have
Yep.
Freedom
On
Night.
Friday.
Oh, that's
Yes.
Friday, okay?
Yep.
Choir rehearsal edition. So can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yeah, so this is actually for those that Lady Paula Watkins, I believe is Love Yourself to Life. So
Yeah.
she's having a women's conference, and I didn't send that flyer, but I'm looking at it now. It looks like it says "Get Up and Stay Up, Girl Women's Conference," and so they have different speakers that's going to be going on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Friday night is the actual concert portion of the women's
Oh,
conference.
love
So
that.
yeah, we'll have Sam, Heath, let me see, Jessica Pugh, myself, and good old Tiffany Boone.
All
It's gonna
right.
be a time. So
I love that. I love that. I might have to see what we're doing.
yes.
Because I'm thankful because two of the amazing gentlemen were the people that kind of led us in
Yep.
pour in the last 2 years, and
Yep.
they are fire. So
Yes.
we'll definitely, if you see this, if you're in Tampa Bay area or you want to come into Tampa Bay area, plus look up. I'll post if you send me the flyer to her conference. Post that. I'll
Okay.
put that in the group because her conference is an amazing conference to attend
Yes.
as well.
Absolutely.
All right, let's look at this next one. Churchy.
Yeah.
You know,
Churchy brunch.
the churchy brunch, first of all, is churchy and we gonna eat. So I'm
That part.
so that is July 5th at 1 p.m.
Yes.
And this is where is this
So,
one? In
so this one
Pompano
is,
Beach.
yeah, Pompano Beach. This is actually Dr. Cheryl Powell's sister, and her husband. They're doing an appreciation service for her. So she called me and said she wanted the choir to come. So I was just like, I have to be there for
You
her.
gotta
I
be
love
there.
Dr. Powell, and so I wanted to make sure that we came to support. And then I just saw, recently Dr. Or Bishop Mark House
Mark House.
is going to be there preaching. So it's going to be a great time, sneaker ball style. So we're gonna have fun, get dressed up. So yeah.
I love it. I am supposed to be out of town that week, but if not, y'all may see me
Come
in
on.
Pompano.
Come on, God.
Y'all may see me in Pompano. So
Come on,
as
God.
we, truly wrap up for this last time, I do want to tell people and show people how they can connect with you
Mhm.
and follow what you're doing in your talent management, and then follow you on IG and Facebook for your pages. He's up. Listen, first of all, y'all need to go to IG and TikTok and listen to just listen to this quiet, y'all. Just listen to them people. Just listen. Just listen. You'll be mad that the clip ain't longer, okay? And then if you know someone that needs talent management, that needs that support in building, definitely reach out to him. The moment you hear somebody is in need, send them his way.
Absolutely.
All right. And so I just want to thank you. I appreciate your time. And we will definitely do this again when you at that next level. And I'm going to need you to still come on to my little show here.
I'm always be on your show. You know I got
When
you.
you on them BETs and all them stages now, okay?
Listen, I will
I'm
not
gonna
forget
need the
about
first,
Tampa.
I'm gonna need the first interview, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But I
Yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
you and thank you for your time, and always thank you for your support. And I cannot wait to
Oh
see
yeah.
what's next for you, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
All righty.
All right, everybody. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Who's Who Backstage. Again, my name is Keandra Ward. I'm the founder of the KWI Collective. We are a marketing, public relations, and media firm located here in Tampa, Florida. Who's Who is a byproduct of showcasing all of the amazing members that we have one by one, as many as we can, in our private Facebook group. Inside of our private Facebook group, we share tips, information, we share strategies, we share wins, all around marketing, PR, media, and funding. It is a complimentary group on Facebook called the Backstage Pass. You can find the link and information to the Backstage Pass on our website, thekwYcollective.com, and join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. See you backstage. Talk to you guys later.